What's going on YouTube? DoubleEdge Games here, and today there's been something that I've noticed over the past few years now, and that is that our shooters are actually evolving, and this is actually pretty good. And then also, I know some gamers like to evolve and some actually don't, but I kind of hit me for a second when I actually played a free-to-play first-person shooter called Blackshot, which honestly wasn't that good, and not because of the fact that either the devs were lazy or the devs just aren't talented. Mainly it just felt like a classic PlayStation 2 shooter, and back in the day I enjoyed those. It was pretty much simple: shoot, kill anything in sight, and almost no objective, and the only thing is you just don't die. And back in the day I honestly enjoyed it, but it seemed like playing it today, it was completely outdated. Of course, the graphics in this game are outdated, but just the overall style is. Now, there are some of those games like arena shooters like Doom where they actually still keep that classic arena shooter feel, but still try to modernize it a little bit. Now, devs are actually taking a different approach when it comes to making shooters. Instead of focusing on more on how just the guns work, they're actually focusing on the different mechanics that are actually similar to actual characters or different player mechanics in the game with abilities, roles, and cooldowns. One of the most popular games that actually, got me onto this trend, which was actually Dirty Bomb. Dirty Bomb was in closed beta a good 2 years ago, and when this game was in closed beta, it quickly got my attention. It got my full attention when I actually found out that it wasn't just, okay, one character can steamroll through the entire team. It was very team oriented. So what that means is, if your team doesn't have the proper healers or the assault people, then you're absolutely going to get nowhere within the game. And then with this style in mind, with the abilities and cooldowns and characters, there were more shooters to actually follow this trend, similar to the most popular Overwatch that recently dropped, and this was actually developed by Blizzard, who was famous for the World of Warcraft or Heroes of the Storm games. Overwatch features 20 unique characters that also have different roles, and they actually made it to where none of these characters suck. Each have their own specific role. Like a Reaper is more of a flanker type where he can teleport behind the team and blow everybody up, or you have those tank characters like Reinhardt or the Roadhogs, or you have those support characters like Lucio and Mercy. Some shooters even take it further. Games like Paragon, that actually is a third-person shooter mixed with a MOBA, so where it's going to have that most popular League of Legends play and with a third-person shooter. And you know this trend is big, even when Call of Duty is taking notice and actually added those unique characters, aka specialists, that have a different abilities and cooldowns. Now, with all this being said, it made me think about some of the older first person shooters I used to play, like either on the PlayStation 2, the original PlayStation, to Xbox, even the N64. And some of these shooters like Killzone, where there were actual power weapons on the ground that you can actually pick up, whether it was like grenade launchers or just a more powerful shotgun or anything whatsoever, to even 007 Nightfire that I actually played at my friend's house, where you just start off with either some preset guns and you just pick them up throughout the map. And I noticed back in the day, around that era, a lot of first person shooters had that type of style. Some may have had a team based, actual style to it, but most of the first person shooters seem to follow that same format of just running throughout the map, picking up a certain gun off the ground, and just doing work with it. And back in the day, and even to this day, it's nothing wrong with it. But when you actually play games like Blackshot that even have the PlayStation 2 graphics, I'm not trying to bash the game, it just kind of made it nostalgic for me, because I was just thinking, like, that's how our games used to be. Even the way you even aim down your sights, even though you're technically not aiming down the sights, it's just zooming in the screen a little bit, like shrinking down like the field of view. It was just really like funny to me, because I was like, yo, this is what I used to play back in the day. I was like, it pretty much has the exact same PlayStation 2 type feel or Xbox type feel that I had back in the day when I actually enjoyed first person shooters. But in today's gaming world, when you actually got to that point where shooters have these updated mechanics, or either the more gloss to them, or they just overall play better, or they don't have that same feel that you had back in the day, it makes the game look inferior just because our first person shooters have evolved. Does it mean it's a terrible game? No. It just means it's not right for this time. I guarantee you, if a game like Blackshot came out around, I don't know, I'd say like 2005 or 4, it would be a very, very, very popular game. But in today's gaming world, It just can't happen just because our shooters are too advanced. Either if they are first person, free to play first person shooters, or if they're third person shooters, or if they're the premium shooters that you can get, they're $60, whether it's the Call of Duties or the Battlefields or the Gears of Wars or Halos, whatever they may be. It just leaves that style inferior and obsolete just because that's how far our games have become. They've really truly evolved, and it's actually something good to see that I can actually literally see the change. Of course, graphically you can see the change, some mechanics you can, but just going back completely back in time on how it used to be, it really makes it feel a little odd. But pretty much I wanted to give you guys this video. This was a little bit of food for thought because I know some people, they just kind of go with the trends of what's going on in today's gaming world. Sometimes they don't analyze most of the things, but I hope this was some food for thought and you actually notice that the shooters are going to be going more in this direction now, unless some other trend actually changes this tide. Most of the games were going in that Call of Duty direction. Now they're going in that character, MOBA-ish type feel, team-based feel. That's what they're kind of shooting for now. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. And as always, if you liked the video, just as a Call of Duty commentator say, you better titty smack that like button. And of course, if you have not subscribed to your boy yet, definitely go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. I would like to thank you guys for watching. This is DoubleEdge Games, and peace out.